Well, it appears I shot myself in the foot. All right, it is a Tuesday morning. It's cold. The sun's gonna be out here in just a minute, I think, and maybe warm some stuff up. But man, it's just kind of cold this morning. I've got the day off again from work, which has been really nice to kind of help just kind of rejuvenate my spirits. Really, I don't know, just kind of add a little new life. I was getting a little burdened out with work, if I'm honest. I'm just not used to this idea of taking days off regularly like this. But I'm kind of coming to understand that after nearly 17 years of killing myself to make that business run and work and grow and become what it is today, I think I've earned a few days off here and there. So I'm taking it. I've got a few things on my list today that I really want to get done. One of the major ones is I need to do the clutch slave cylinder in the Land Cruiser. It's getting to the point where the clutch still works as long as you like surprise it and really step on it quick. But there's been several times that I'll slow down to a stop sign and go to downshift and I can't get it out of gear and things like that. It has happened to me out in the hills too. It's just not real safe anymore, and so that's something I really want to take care of and get done. But I've got a few things that I need to do before that, or at least that I want to do before that. And one of those items, while the shop is getting warmed up, is right here. I got a new drill press. This other one that I have, well, it's not mine. It was actually my father-in-law's. But this other one is just, it's time to go. It's time to be retired. The chuck won't stay up anymore. It's kind of stripped out. I actually broke the table. You can see this block of wood right here, kind of propping it up. I broke the table on it. Just a few different things have gotten it into disrepair, and so I thought it's just time to replace it, get a new one in there. And I'll show you why I need the new drill press. But for now, I'm just going to take these, swap them out, and then we'll get to that point. So while I'm getting this unboxed, this channel isn't turning into a projects fix-it type, tutorial type channel, just so you're aware. The problem that I've had is the weather has just been terrible. I mean, it has just been snow after snow after snow after rain after rain after rain after snow. Just absolutely terrible. In fact, I'm so excited to see sunshine. So excited. I can't even tell you about that. So I've tried really hard not to complain because our area needs all of the moisture that it's getting. We've been in a drought for so long. We really need all this moisture. But I'm really tired of it. I want to get out and play in the hills. The other challenge that I've had is my vehicles have needed these repairs. They've been neglected for a long time, and I've tried to get them by for a long time, and it's just gotten to a point where they really need the repairs that I'm doing to them in order to take me out in the hills safely and efficiently and without worry. So I've had to just kind of buckle down and get this stuff done. And luckily, having the stormy weather keeping me indoors and having an indoor place to work on the vehicles have kind of gone hand in hand, and I think set me up for a really great adventuring season. So that is coming, I promise you. I've got some stuff planned. I've got some new places that I want to go see that I've never been before. Places that I've been before that I want to show you, stuff like that. It's all coming. I just needed to get all this stuff figured out. I need to get the weather back to where it's more enjoyable and safer, and it's coming. It's on its way, I promise you that. Got her all set up. First project, and the reason that motivated me to buy this was I want to drill some holes in these. So these are the custom wing nuts that I made to hold the high lift jack onto the front bumper, and these screws keep backing out. So the idea I came with was to basically drill a small hole in the end of this and then use kind of a cotter pin to clip in there that'll just hold these once they're in place, and then I don't have to worry about them backing out. I've gotten in the habit of every time I go by them just to twist them, make sure they're staying in, but I'd hate to lose one sometimes, so something like that ought to work okay. I know that looks really dangerous, but just like that. There's number 2. Perfect. So now those won't be able to back out. Won't have to worry about them. Alright, next project I wanted to get to is the slave cylinder on the Land Cruiser. I've got this other box of Harbor Freight stuff, which is going to help me. Not that. That's actually for a different project that might be coming up. I'm excited about that one. We're going to set that aside for a minute. I got some of these guys. I actually saw these, well, my buddy Steve, he pointed these out, that Chad's Fab used these lights like this, said that they were super handy, and I got looking at his channel, I thought, yeah, that's super handy. So I got a few of these guys to use here in the shop that I think are going to help out, be a little bit more mobile. They're rechargeable, which I'm excited about. They don't take batteries, they actually recharge, so I'm going to set up a charging station where I can just keep these guys charged up, grab them and use them as I need them. Because I'm going to be working underneath the Land Cruiser doing that slave cylinder. So we'll get the hood popped and get started on that. Okay, I just got the skid plate pulled off and just kind of looked at it real quick down in there. Make sure that the part I've got matches what I'm replacing. I think everything looks like it should. So what I'm going to do now is pull the hydraulic line off, and then I'll work on start unbolting that slave cylinder. It looks like it's fairly straightforward. Maybe I just shot myself in the foot by saying that, but I think it should be a pretty straightforward process to get that one pulled off, get the new one put on, and then I'll need to go through a bleed process with it, but hopefully everything goes pretty well. So well, it appears I shot myself in the foot. I think what happened is I think those bolts that were on there were already kind of rounded off. I could not find a wrench that fit snug. It should be a 14mm, I think. But it wouldn't fit quite snug, but a 13 was too small. I tried standard. Everything just would not fit, and the more I tried, the more I rounded the head off. I got heat on it. Things just not budging, neither of them, and it's kind of in a tight spot, so it's not real easy to get good leverage. And anyways, I don't know what to do now. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get that off. Yeah, I'm not sure. The hard part is it's just right up against the frame rail, so it's not really a way to drill it out, to put like an easy out on it. It's also right next to the fuel lines. So I'm tempted to try and tack something on it, like weld a bar on it or something, see if I can pull it off that way, but it's right next to the fuel line, so that's a little scary too. I don't know, gonna have to think on it a little bit. Okay, I got them broken free. I didn't film it because I couldn't figure out where to put the GoPro, and I was trying to focus. Like I said, is right next to the fuel line, so I was pretty nervous about doing this, but I ended up tacking a nut on the head of the bolt, and I laid my leather sleeve covers over the fuel lines. Sorry, I'm trying to keep an eye on everything. There's still some smoke coming up. Just want to make sure nothing's gonna start on fire. Anyways, I was able to tack a nut on there. I've gotten both of them broken loose now, so it's just a matter of backing them out. I was just kind of double checking, making sure that everything's safe and secure and good and okay. So, but I think we're good. So I'm gonna finish backing those bolts out, and then I'll show you what I did with them. And I'm gonna have to go get new bolts. I don't know if the local hardware store is gonna have that size or not. We'll just see. I'm gonna have to run into town to see, but they're out. That was the important part, is I got them out so that I can get this new one in. Not as simple as I thought, but we're gaining. Okay, it is out. This is what I had to do. You can see, had to tack that nut on the head of that bolt. I don't know. I can't get a good look at it now that I've welded to it to see. Well, this one you can kind of, but it's just, I don't know if you'll be able to see that detail or not, but it's just rounded off. I think probably somebody struggled with that before and rounded them off, put the bolts back in, and now they were just too frozen on there for me to get any sort of a grip. I tried vice grips, there's just not a lot of room, so I think this was the only way. So I'm gonna have to run to the store, see if I can get a couple of those. I mean, I'm half tempted just to stick these back in now they've got a good head on them. But that wouldn't be the right thing to do, so I think I'm gonna do the right thing and run to the store, see if I can get some new bolts that I'll thread through there. I went ahead and put the new one, threaded the new one onto the hydraulic line, just so that I wasn't sitting there dripping out all the hydraulic fluid and or the brake fluid, clutch fluid, whatever you want to call it. So that's the old one there that I think has been replaced at least once, from what I've saw on these bolts at least. Or at least somebody tried to, maybe somebody attempted to, and it just didn't work. And I honestly don't know. I don't ever remember my dad saying anything about it. I don't know, but it's time to get some bolts and get the new one put in, and then bleed it, and we should be good to go. Okay, I'm back, and I've got bolts that we're going to be able to put that together with. So I had some lunch and just hung out with the wife for a minute, and just kind of enjoyed sitting and visiting with her for a little bit. She just got back from a cruise with her mom, and so it was good to kind of chat, learn more about that, and just spend some time with her. I actually had a search and rescue call come in too, which I'm waiting to hear back if they need my help on or not. I told them that I could be available. So now it's time to bolt that back on, and then I'm going to use my new bleeder kit, which I bought, to hopefully bleed the system out, and then we'll be ready to go. And then if we've got time, I might look at the thermostat, but we'll just kind of see how things progress here. I apologize. I heard that go beep. I thought I had it charged up all the way, but battery pack handle attached to the GoPro. Anyways, I heard it go beep, but I didn't want to climb up and turn it on because I had my hands tied up. I had to hold the clutch lever, paddle, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, out while wedging that in, trying to feed in a screw, and anyways, it's in. So I've got it all bolted in down there, you can see. the brake line, the hydraulic line going down to it, kind of has a weird curve to it, but I think that's going to be okay. Just the way that it threaded up, I think that'll relax over time as you get some heat in it and stuff. So now it's just time to work on bleeding it. And like I said, I've got a kit that I'm going to bleed it with. I've never used this kit before, but I think it's going to be pretty handy for this. So I'll set you up again. I've got the battery pack attached now, and it's saying it's got a full charge, so hopefully you'll stay running while I do this. Okay, I think I've got it bled pretty good. I think what I'm going to do now is fire it up, just play with the clutch a little bit, see how it feels. I kind of pumped it a few times in there. Actually feels pretty good. So I'm going to just play with it a little bit, and then I might open it up and bleed it again. There's a lot of kind of old brown gross looking fluid in there too that's coming out, so it's not going to hurt to cycle some more fluid through there. And then we'll see how that goes. Forgot I pulled the leads off the battery. Scared me for a minute. I thought I had a dead battery, but I pulled these off the weld. Okay, let's try that again. I'm not getting any starter engagement. Okay, I think I found the problem. Okay, I was worried about that. It almost feels like it's partially, it's not engaging the clutch all the way, like it's partially engaged. Might have to play with that. Okay, here is what I have discovered. Basically, these are the rods. As you can see, we're too long. So, trying to decide if I put this one in and reuse it or cut this one down. I think I'm going to cut this one down because this one just looks like it's, I don't know if you can see that, but it's just rusted to the heck. I think it makes more sense to cut this one down so that it fits better. And then I should have adjustment if I need to in the future and stuff like that. So that's my plan. Yeah, that's my plan. Just can't quite decide how far to cut it off. Okay, I think we're gonna go about there. All right, got back in. Gonna try it again, see how it feels. All right, I think we're in good shape. I think what I'm gonna do is just adjust that out till there's just barely a little bit of tension on there, and then that should be set. Stick the skid plate back on, and that part of it will be done. It's in, it's adjusted, it's working. Seems like it's bled okay, so I'm just going to leave that alone for now. Drive it around a little bit, see if I have any issues with it, but as of right now it doesn't seem like there's any air in the system. Seems like the pedal's pushing good and everything's working great. So I'm just kind of cleaning off my hands here real quick, and I think I'm going to go ahead and pull this thermostat housing. Just take a look at that. I've got the right gaskets and stuff, and I need to look again, but I think I bought a thermostat too. It makes sense that I would have, but I honestly don't remember. It's been a while back, so I'm going to pull that. The question was, is there even a thermostat in there? And if there is it working like it's supposed to? So I'm going to look at that, see what I can find out. Well, there's a lot more fluid than I thought would come out of there. Wow. Was not expecting that. Okay, so we do have a thermostat. Oh, there we go. Okay. I would say that's probably the problem. Looks like it opened up and then got stuck open. Well, I just got back from taking it for a drive, and it looks like the thermostat's opening up, holding like it should. Temperature's holding better, so that's exciting to have that figured out. I used to stick a piece of cardboard in the radiator because that's what my dad would do, and to try and help it warm up quicker and stay warm. But it looks like it was just stuck thermostat, so I think that's solved. I'm still getting issues with my clutch pedal, to where depending on how I step on it and use it, it still wants to fall to the floor. So I'm kind of hoping that might be that there's just still air in the system, so I'm going to try and bleed it again. But it's starting to make me wonder if maybe my clutch master cylinder is bad, which it shouldn't be, because that's new as of about a year and a half ago. But it seems like on a lot of forums I'm seeing guys that are getting parts that immediately go bad and have issues, and so I guess there's that chance that it could be the clutch master cylinder and not the slave cylinder. I don't know, but so I'm gonna hop under there, try and bleed it again. In fact, I might have my wife come out and help me bleed it the old-fashioned way, see if that makes a difference. I don't know. Okay, I bled it more. In fact, I almost bled all of that was in the reservoir through the line. Still doing the same thing, which is basically if you kind of rest your foot on the clutch and slowly push, it'll just allow you to go straight to the floor, and it won't engage the clutch. Now I'm wondering if that was not the issue, and if the issue actually is the clutch master cylinder, which is frustrating because it's new. I mean, it's got to be one or the other. They're both new, so either one or the other must be bad. I don't know. You have to look at that a little bit more, but I'm out of time today, so I'm gonna call it, and I'll let you know what I find out, or if you have any suggestions on what the issue could be, any thoughts on that, then let me know, because I'm out of options here and not sure what to do next to solve it. This put back together, I don't know, maybe we'll just cut all that out. Anyways,